Hey, good afternoon, Bob from Trade Genius here. In never to be sunny again. Yeah, looks like we got rain coming in again, but I just had to get outside and do some videos here first of the year. And I just been watching with uh, utter amazement of the all the protests that are going on around the country. And hey, I can understand you lose the election, you don't like the guy that's in power, and you want to express your displeasure. But I mean, these people have failed debating 101, and so we know it's not really about debating. And what really struck me to title the video the way I did was, you know, I'm a Christian guy. 140 years ago, there were states in the Union that weren't allowed to be admitted into the Union unless they dropped their polygamy rules, and that was the Mormon Church. And then we fast forward to the Women's March, and we have women in hijabs and supporting the concept of Sharia law and the tolerance that Americans need to have for it. And it's just amazing to me. And I've said, you know what? Maybe we should allow Sharia law here in the country, and make the people who want to be tolerant of it go for it first. Maybe we designate like San Francisco and New York or LA, and subject the people to the laws of the Muslim faith. And so, where gay people are executed, where women are subjugated, where women have no rights whatsoever, and that a man can have multiple women. And so I really think that these people live in a bubble. And the second thing about the Women's March is this fascination with abortion, and that is their end all be all, is the right to kill an unborn child. And I mean, with incredible passion, as if that they own the child within them versus a responsibility for carrying the child. But I mean, be that as it may, you're cutting a part of your body out. I mean, how sick is that? And then if you look at it, you think about it, what they advocate, if their parents accepted their viewpoint, they wouldn't even be here in the first place. And I just it just makes me scratch my head. And then the third thing is that this love affair people have with the utopian communist world, and you have this up in arms about the refugees, and we want unequivocal acceptance of folks coming from the Islamic countries, and yet the Cubans were kicked out of the country just 2 weeks prior, and crickets. So it's really not about refugees, and it's really not about Sharia law, and it's really not about women's rights. It's really a political movement here. And so, these people would never subject themselves to any of the rules that they want to impose on everybody else. And then, if you really sit back and you think about it, is you have these people that are supposed to be incredible environmentalists, and they left a place like a pigsty in Washington, D.C., absolute pigsty. And it's really it's incredible narcissism, and the inability, I guess the parenting must have just been incredibly lacking, that if it's public, you have no responsibility for it. Yet here in California is that, we have to drag shopping bags everywhere and go to a protest march and destroy the area you're in, and then you're lauded on it by the same people who want to charge you 10 cents for a grocery bag. I mean, this is the insanity that we're dealing with here, and they just wonder why, what they have to say is just not listened to. And then I could just go on and on. So yeah, Mexico, they're pissed because we want to build a wall between our countries. Okay, yet they have a wall between Mexico and Guatemala. Then you have Canada lecturing us on refugees. We've taken in more refugees in this country than Canada has a population. And then you go check their immigration requirements. It's nearly impossible to get in there, and you don't get in there as a single male. You have to come in as a family, and other than that, you better be bringing big bucks. And then Canada lofts this carbon tax that they want the whole world to accept. Yet, if you shut the oil industry down in Canada, their country implodes. And then you have China lecturing us on environmental rules, and you would die drinking the water in their country. And so it's just amazing. And you have the Germans lecturing us, and so it's just incredible to me. And so I just think what we need to do from our standpoint is, there's an old adage, when your enemy is melting down, get out of the way. And I encourage people, hey, speak your mind, if you need to, but just don't put yourself in harm's way. I mean, these people are literally going insane. I flipped on the Facebook and I was reading some of the people that are on the other side, and they don't know what to do. Trump, it's so funny because, they try to accuse this guy of a lot of things, but being stupid is not one of them. Okay. This guy is very strategic. They think the words coming out of his mouth are offhand and off the cuff. Absolutely not. Everything he says is with a purpose. And what he's doing is what I coined is the Trump doctrine. He's putting out an outrage a day. And what he's going to do is he's going to defund the left, because the people that are going to these protests are being paid. So he's just going to have them chasing themselves all over the place. He's going to bankrupt them. He's going to wear them out mentally. I mean, they don't know what to do, and they lost the media. So, and he's going to delegitimize them. And then what happens then is just like, when you watch enough scary movies as a kid, you talk to your daughter, you get scared of Halloween. No, because I've seen this on TV 100 times. He just desensitized everybody. So the signal to noise ratio is like what they say. And what happens then is their outrage gets even worse and worse and worse and worse. And he just puts themselves in a position where they're just going to destroy themselves. And if you think about it, rioting is a felony. And so, these people are disenfranchising themselves, because if you have a felony, you can't vote. You can't own a weapon. You're not going to get a job. You're not able to apply for federal assistance beyond what is required to keep you alive. So, they're just falling into his trap, and he's not going to stop. And so, it's kind of heartening for me, because I've sat back and just watched my whole life people who are always complaining. There's three kind of people in the world. There's the people who can, there's the people who can't, and there's the people who won't. You want to surround yourself with the people who can. You want to help the people who can't, and you really need to be careful of the people who won't, because those are the ones that'll take society down. But anyway, I just wanted to rant a little bit here on the new year. It's kind of refreshing to be able to have a voice again, and that we're breaking some of these monopolies down of information. And so I'll leave you with one more, and this is the best one of all. You have Zuckerberg lecturing Trump on his wall and being exclusionary, and he's being sued by 700 Hawaiians because he wants to kick them off the land that they've held since, I don't know, 500 or 600 years. I mean, you just can't make this stuff up. Bob from Trade Genius, we've got a lot of videos. We're doing really well, kicked off the year. And, our goal is that we just press on. So we just need to understand the playpen, the sandbox we're playing in, and then we go ahead and adjust and keep on making money for our subscribers and ourselves, and be able to take care of our families. Anyway, you guys have a good one, and check for more videos this weekend. Bye-bye.